We're hiking into our camping spot, and Omar and I, Team Bird Dog here, we're lagging. I guess I'm lagging, dragging Omar down. The other guys, Team Ultralight up there, can't even see their lights anymore. They're in a big hurry to get to camp for some reason. So we're 3/4 of the way up, gained about 1,000 feet so far, and we've got about another half mile, 3/4 of a mile to get to our spike camp, and then we'll be setting up camp and off to hunt in the morning. Hopefully shoot big ones.
It is opening morning. I've been waiting to say those words for a while. So we're just packing up our gear. We've got a game plan. And we have about 45 minutes till shooting light. So I feel good. I feel good about it. We came up here about a month ago, did a little scouting. And it was a really short trip, but saw 7 bucks, I think, in our little short trip. So they look healthy too, so there's a lot of fresh growth up here. Looks good. So ready to get after it. Alright, let's split from here. Yeah. Good luck.
If you see one, kill it.
Will do.
Let's do it, Omar.
Well, it's opening morning. We sat down to glass on this ridge. Probably like 10 minutes into our glassing session, I spotted up a deer. It ended up being a good forked horn. I mean, he's about as wide as his ears, and probably another real young buck with him. So we're gonna watch him for a while and see if he beds down and try to make a play, because he's all the way. I'd have to go all the way across the other ridge and then come down. So we gotta wait for him to bed. We gotta wait for the thermals to switch. We might make a play on him.
So we turned up this buck again that we saw this morning. He's down in the bottom of this drainage. We're gonna try to run around and sneak down a separate drainage and head him off. He's headed uphill. See how it works. $154 yards. 150. He doesn't even know we're there. Okay, so we gotta wait till he's in a good spot to shoot him and sneak in. He's facing away from us. Kneel down. He's facing that way, feeding that way. Okay. So he's just milling around in circles. Yeah, he's eating. He's feeding. So if we just really keep an eye on him, it's very... Well, we can get the trees in between us and him right now. That's the big one we saw this morning. That was the one we thought was a doe. Come on, go. Yardage. Wait. It was 30. after much review, following the track, looking at where the arrow hit and everything, it doesn't look like it was a hit. And it looks like in the video that the deer was almost like a full frontal shot, but in reality Omar was off to my right quite a bit, so he had kind of like a quartering two shot. It was a pretty steep quartering two, but it was doable. But it looked like the deer kind of jumped a string and turned past his arrow. But either way, you know, we got an opportunity on the first day, so we can't complain. So we're gonna hike back up this hill to the camp and then kind of reassess and figure out what we're gonna do this evening.
Evening of opening day. We're getting ready to go out and do an evening glass over on the other side of this ridge. We spent the majority of the day chasing these 2 bucks down on the north side, and made a play on them. Got within 30 yards on both bucks, but didn't seal the deal. The old forked horn jumped the string. We ended up looking at the video, and he ended up jumping the string, so that happened. And now we're gonna go kill a big one in the evening time, pack it out in the dark.
We left camp and went the opposite direction that we did this morning. We're hiking into a spot we've never been in before, and we just walked past about 15 or 20 beds, so we're hopeful. We gotta get over this hill and glass down the other side for this evening. So it's looking pretty good over here though, really good. Yeah?
No.
Well, we didn't turn any deer up down there. Lots of tracks, lots of sign, lots of beds, but it was pretty much all doe and fawn stuff, I think. Wasn't a lot of...
There was a lot of sign, but it wasn't a lot of buck sign.
So we're hustling out of that spot. Probably go back to the spot we were in, or a variation thereof, tomorrow, and get back with it. So
Yeah, we're getting tired. We gained a lot of elevation today. Dropped a lot and gained a lot.
we're just looking forward to some yummy freeze-dried meals for dinner.
So much for 30 minutes, huh?
Last but not least, we have COVID Carl coming into camp hot. Dude's wiped out,
Dude,
man.
he looks half dead.
Good morning. Day.
Well, good morning. We slept in today because we're sissies. No, actually, I think I missed my alarm or something. But we put in a lot of miles yesterday, and so we slept in a little bit. But it's okay because of the plan that we're working with. We don't get into hunting until the thermals switch and start going uphill, which is kind of when the sun comes out. So we're gonna eat some breakfast and get down the trail pretty quick here. Team Bear Slayer over there, they're gonna sleep in a little bit and then haul meat out.
So it's about mid-morning, and we decided to hunt down these other drainages. We're on the ridge right now, working our way down to the drainage, but it's like 1 or 2 ridges over from where we were hunting yesterday and spotted those 2 bucks. And on the way down, we stop. Every time we stop and glass what we think is going to be nice, we find more bucks. Back up the ridge about 600 yards, we sat down and looked over some juicy country and spotted a buck a real good buck, definitely a shooter. But he blew out up and over the ridge because 5 minutes later, here comes a coyote. So we were gonna keep on going down the ridge and dive off after him. We saw another good spot, sat down, glassed, 3 more bucks. 1 real good one and 2 small ones. So we're gonna try to make a play on him, dive down and off into this drainage and work our way back up, depending on what the thermal's doing. So stay tuned.
Well, we've been hiking all over this terrain. Saw all those bucks this morning and kind of went around to try to get an angle on them, but they're not to be found. I think they may have gone over the next ridge or further up this canyon. So we've been struggling fighting against the wind. Literally everywhere we've gone, the wind has switched and come from behind us. There's some weird prevailing wind going on right now, and it's coming down the canyons, and the thermals are non-existent, up and down, sideways. So we've been struggling all day, but we're gonna get on the top of a ridge so that we can't blow anything up and do some glassing and walking and see if we can turn anything up that way.
It's 4:30, day 3. We're gonna make a big push down the mountain today and end up in a little hole that we've seen deer in. We're gonna do an ambush hunt. We're sitting and waiting for them to come through for a few hours. So it's been a little bit of a grind. 3rd day is always a little tough to get up at 4, but here we are and off we go. So we're set up this morning in a little saddle that it looks like the deer have been crossing over to get from one side of the range to the other. There's a lot of activity in here. We're just ambush hunting. We spread out a couple 100 yards. There's 3 of us in here. John, Omar, and I. Clayton's taking a rest day. And hopefully anything that comes through, we'll stick an arrow in it if the thermals will hold.
All right, so we're crawling out of this canyon where we were sitting this morning. We're struggling with where we're camped versus where we're hunting and dealing with the thermals in the morning versus the evening and stuff. So we got down here really early, sat for about 3 hours, saw nothing, a couple does way up high, and what'd you see, Omar? One doe? So, and Ben saw a bear across the canyon, so we're gonna head back to camp. And I think we're gonna move spots here. Maybe get a little lower at elevation, see how that works out for us.
I picked up some rocks on the way back for show and tell in my pack because it was too light, so no, didn't do that. No, we're getting off the high points. So we've learned that the deer are holding lower, so instead of going up and down 1,000 feet every hike, we're gonna camp lower. So we're moving our camp down and hold base camp maybe 1,000 feet lower in elevation and try that tactic. So
What just happened? I just smoked a big old brown sow. Probably 250. Dude. She died in 15 feet, bro. Dude, 15 feet. Dude, look at the coat on her. Dude. She's gone, dude. Totally gone. Smoked her. Right in the heart. Come check it out. Yeah, it's a sow.
Yeah, I knew it was a sow. I could tell by the butt.
Yeah. Dude. I'm down with this.
Dude, look at the coat on her, bro. She's got a nice thick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well.
So tell us what happened.
So Omar and I were just walking along an old deserted logging road. There's no traffic or anything. It's in the middle of the wilderness. But we were just using it to get back in this country we wanted to look at quickly. And so we were obviously looking for deer, but we came back in here and we got to where we wanted to be, and it wasn't looking like country that we wanted to deer hunt. So we were getting ready to turn around, and kind of our tradition is just to go ahead and blow the predator call, the fawn and distress call, to see if we roused any bears up. We blew it a few times and then nothing, so we were literally getting ready to turn and walk off, and I looked down and I saw this sow right here stand broadside looking toward us. So then Omar did a couple more calling sequences, and she just came in on a string, 55 yards, drilled her right in the heart. She went 20 feet, piled up. So super excited, super excited.
Now the work starts.
Well, we broke this bear down, got the whole thing caped, and it took us about an hour. It just got dark, and we're going to hike back to the truck. We've got a little over a mile probably, and a couple hundred feet, and we'll be back to camp.
Do all the talking, right?
You can just stand there and look pretty.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
Well,
Come on, dude. Don't make me start talking crap.
well, this was a fun trip we had. We kind of divided off into two teams, as you probably saw in the videos. Clayton and John went around and had 454 opportunities. Omar and I, we got 2 opportunities, but we closed the deal on one. Omar almost shot that buck. If it wouldn't have been stuck in the string that way, that arrow went right in the vitals. But it's been a fun trip. We had a good time. A lot of work. We've hiked a lot of miles. We're all pretty bushed, but that's it. We're gonna come back in rifle season and see what we can make happen, and hopefully we'll shoot one on the way out, and we won't come in for rifle season.
Yep.
So we'll see. Stay tuned for the next video.
Nice, quick and concise. I like it.